just to kind of recap quick fast of the week, and then we'll get into some predictions. Our AEW correspondent,
Okay, legit.
Breezy.
Yo, your boy Breezy. Watch AEW Forbidden Door. And if you're following our page, you would know that there is so much that we have been excited to report. I've been excited to share directly with you about Forbidden Door. Man, listen, I thought it was a jam-packed show. It had its ups, it had its downs. I think overall the show was spectacular. Obviously, one of the biggest points of, I didn't think it was controversial, but a lot of y'all hit us up. There were many of y'all that hit us up and said it was controversial, okay? And the controversy was all about Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega.
Really? How is that controversial?
Yo.
I didn't even see the match, but
Okay.
thinking about it beforehand, like, for me, that's on a to-do list.
Dude.
I've been trying to find videos, bootleg videos, so I can watch it.
Dude, listen, I got you. I won't say it on the air, but I got you. All right? So, yo, Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. A lot of y'all were saying, oh, well, Dave Meltzer is just going to lose his mind. He's just going to mark out for these guys, whatever. Listen, man, at the end of the day, real talk, okay? It's not about marking out. It's not about star ratings. A great match is a great match.
Yeah.
Okay?
Now, I will say this. I did see some of the highlights. Like, there's videos out there with some of the highlights. Sure. Bruh. I don't know how them two dudes still walked out of there.
Dude, okay, 3 words. Tiger Driver 91. Tiger Driver. There was a spot, and y'all, hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about this. The spot in the match where Will Ospreay drops Kenny Omega on his head. I'm not talking about Tombstone Pile Driver.
I saw that.
Kayfabe drop. I'm not talking about a snug looking, ooh, did he get him with that Pile Driver? He literally picked him up for the Tiger Driver and dropped him flat on his dome piece. Bro. And I'm like, there's just no way around that.
Yeah.
And even in the media scrum afterwards, the media's talking to them, talking to Will Ospreay, and saying, and talking to Tony Khan, as a matter of fact, saying, yo, you think Kenny Omega's okay at that Tiger Driver? Because it was an unprotected spot. It just was straight up, hey, dude, we're going to do the spot. I'm going to drop you on your head. It's going to be great. Never mind the fact that, we could have had a Stone Cold Owen Hart situation.
Yeah.
Which I was very concerned. And when he got up, I was like, yo, all I can think of is this. If you remember Creed 2, where Rocky takes Adonis out into the desert to train, and he's got him doing that.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega must have the strongest neck and traps in the world.
So, kind of like when Brock did the flip off the top rope and landed straight on his head.
Yes. It was just like,
you're like, ugh.
Bro.
And then Brock was like, ugh.
Legit. And we've seen way worse sports injuries. Like, you see, I just saw a freak accident last night. My wife watching a TikTok or whatever. And a girl jumps off, not even a high balcony or something. And it just lands and her arm goes. And I was expecting a major catastrophe. Like, they're going to stretch this man out. And they completed that match to perfection. I don't know what more you can get from a match. Great storytelling, because Will Ospreay is now having to not only come back to get the title, but defending his honor. Okay, wait. Shout out to my cousin. She just turned 21. Her name is Dixon Mayes. Hey, yo!
Hey, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! There's your shout out, yo.
Hey, I'll do you one better. How about this? How about you post Dixon's Cash App, okay? Post Dixon's Cash App, all right? And, your boy, shoot her a little something. A little change, for her birthday, just to show us some love. Hey, happy birthday, Dixon!
And when he posted on there, all y'all donate too.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, if 30 people give her $1, that's $30.
Facts. Come on, y'all. Show us some love. Hey, yo, real talk. Dixon, you in the VIP lounge, baby.
Welcome to the lounge. Welcome to the lounge.
It's VIP. Richard Bag. Hey, he got the bag, brother. Bag alert. Major bag alert.
What up, Richard?
All right. Big 40.
Welcome to the VIP.
Hey, you a VIP. You on the VIP list, Richard.
Pull the rope. Walk through.
Oh. Joe Burrow.
That's a football thing.
Yeah, Daddy. I can't call it on that. We pro wrestling, Daddy.
Yeah, I don't know that one yet.
I can't call it, Daddy. All right.
So, you speak of injuries.
Yes.
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, man, that was unfortunate.
So I watched it and I can't really tell. Did he get his arm up and that's how it broke, or?
Well, I have a confession to make.
What's that?
I fell asleep. I watched Forbidden Door, and bro, I fell asleep. Shout out to Richard Bag Alert's friend who just turned 19.
Happy birthday, homie.
All right, Richard. Hey, man, be careful, bro. Because you in the 40 and up club now. You partying with 19-year-olds. Be careful, Daddy, because you probably got to go to work tomorrow. And
right? We don't heal like we used to.
Yeah, dude. You out there partying with 19-year-olds.
We don't heal like we used to.
Yeah, Richard gonna be hurting, man.
He gonna walk in tomorrow like that, boss. I'm here, boss. Yeah. I'm here, boss.
You know you can't call in, man. Every 19-year-old can call in. You can't call in. What's wrong with you, man? You better chill out, 19-year-old.
Yo, what up, Javier?
Javier.
So, I just saw
Honduras in the house. Okay, Honduras. I'm sorry, go ahead.
My man landed on him on the top rope. Didn't look like it hit him much.
That's what they said the media scrum, yeah.
But and apparently, it did some serious damage. It wasn't initially they thought, a couple weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, it'll heal. They're talking about months now.
Apparently, Richard is in the gym.
You better. That's it.
Woo!
Hey, Richard, don't put no more out on the internet, bro. Just so you know, this live, don't put no more out, dog.
Hey, we love you, Richard. You know what? But at the end of the day, and we don't broadcast this. We don't always put this out there. But we are a family friendly show. No NFSW content out here.
Yep.
Legit. For real. So, hey, if you in the hot tub popping bubbly, you know the rest of the song. Hey, that's cool. That's cool, brother. But we in the VIP lounge now.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I ain't touching that.
Okay.
Back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Back to wrestling.
So Bryan Danielson at the media scrum, he did say that he fractured his forearm.
Okay.
And like you said, they said 6 to 8 weeks, but
now they're saying it was a little worse. I think his wife posted pictures of the break on Twitter or something, and it's a little worse than they thought. So they're talking months now before he's back.
Hey, facts, Gianni, facts. What happens, it stays. It stays.
It stays in the hot tub.
It's going to have to stay there, brother.
Don't put it on the TikTokers.
Yeah, for real,
the TikTokies.
Legit.
This worldwide.
Legit. But so what I'm hoping, I know Cody's cast is kayfabe, but I'm hoping that Bryan Danielson could wrestle with a cat, because what he was speculating that basically he's going to be in the ring, and with upcoming shows soon. So I'm speculating that he's probably just going to wrestle with a cast.
Hey, that may have been the plan before they found out worse things, and when you're talking about bone breaks, you have to kind of go with severity, and it appears that it is worse than initially thought to be. So
that brings up
many prayers to him for a speedy healing.
Prayers up.
We never want to see anybody get hurt. I know we kayfabe, we want to see somebody get busted in the noggin, but you never really want to see somebody really get hurt.
No.
That's the beauty of this business, is the physicality of it, with people actually not getting hurt.
Dude, 1,000%.
That's what makes what we love so great, is these guys are such good athletes. They beat the snot out of each other.
Yeah.
and they get up and walk out.
Dude, you're talking 1,000%, bro.
Yeah.
I can't agree with you more. I think that brings up a question. And of course,
Talk to me.
yeah.
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 I think it brings up an important question that I think many have been asking ever since the inception of AEW.
What's that?
And that is AEW, as far as their talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they working a little too snug?
I don't think so. I think, when you look at percentages in any kind of professional sport, the longer you play, the higher your percentages you're going to get hurt.
But as often as they've been hurt, because you got to think AEW is like what 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? As often as guys get hurt over there, and then within 3 years, maybe it's par for the course, but it just seems a little more frequent.
But look at their talent pool too.
Mm.
Their talent pool is a little bit of the older wrestler that has been around for a while and taken a lot of beatings, and things aren't new and fresh. And much as we don't like to say it, the older you get, man, the more brittle you become. And
but at that point though, what about Jericho? Because Jericho seems to avoid injury.
But look at how he wrestles. Miz said an important thing when he got in that backstage argument with, at the time, Daniel Bryan. I wrestle the way I do because I'm here every night. And you look at, like you said, these high spots and these stiff things. Jericho don't do that. And Jericho don't get hurt. So it's kind of like the guy that runs 900 miles an hour. Eventually he's going to pop a hammy or something like that. So is it something that they should watch out for? Of course.
Yeah.
You're investing a lot of money in these athletes, just like the reason they have the tuck rule in the NFL is to protect the highest paid player on the field, the quarterback. Should they look into taking it easier? Yes. However, keep the product a product. There's a reason why AEW is AEW and not WWE 2.0. They wrestle different, and that's, I watched the interview and I thought it was such a great analogy. Bubba Ray said this. He said, "Do you remember Napster?"
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Was Napster important to the music industry?
I saw that. Yeah, no, you're talking about. Yes.
Is Napster here anymore?
No.
Would we be here where we are today without Napster?
No, definitely not.
Is ECW a part of wrestling history?
Oh, 100%.
Would we be at where we're at now without ECW?
No, not anywhere near.
So we need AEW.
I agree with you.
Because the match between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega would have never happened in WWE.
No.
It never would have happened. So as much as we may think that they're playing too snug and that sort of thing, I think that we need that.
Yeah.
To further the product for everyone, because it only creates pressure on WWE to produce better. Competition breeds improvement.
Absolutely.
If you're the only game in town, you can rest on your laurels and you don't have to put out the greatest product because there's nothing else for anybody to buy.
Facts.
But if there's a competitor that's putting out a product as good as you, then people are going to start tuning into that, and they're not going to look at your stuff anymore.
Facts.
And so you have to constantly improve. That's what's great about a free market is it gives us the ability to have multiple different options to tune into. Think about it right now. We have NXT, AEW. I know NXT is WWE, but it is a different product.
Yeah, facts.
We have WWE, SmackDown, and Raw.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, TNA.
Yeah.
And New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah. And a lot of these indie shows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Boca Raton Championship Wrestling.
Shout out to Boca Raton Championship Wrestling.
Boca Raton Championship Wrestling has a show coming up July 19th. And every match on the card is NWA versus Boca Raton Championship Wrestling guys.
What up, Sue?
I'm just saying. But you need those things.
Yeah.
Because it gives you variety. nobody wants to watch The Simpsons every day of the week.
I agree.
All day.
I agree.
Every once in a while, we want to tune into the Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? It just, we got to have that variety so it doesn't become like, I quit watching WWE for a long time.
I remember that. I did.
Because
Me too.
it was terrible. There was no competition, and the matches sucked. The storylines sucked. The characters were all the same, doing the same daggum thing every week.
Facts.
And it was like, I don't want to watch this junk no more.
You talking facts?
I don't want to watch it anymore. But now they're starting to move along the line of doing better vignettes and holding people out and teasing them before they come in, instead of just going, hey, here's Mike Sampson. Who the heck is Mike Sampson? I don't know who he is. What do I care that he's here for? I didn't study him in the Indies or know his story. What do I care about him? They're doing vignettes again, which is what made wrestling great. There's a story behind his character.
Yeah.
Why is Stone Cold an angry redneck? Because he was abused in his former vocation, and now he's pissed off at the establishment. And who's bigger in the establishment than Vince McMahon? So it made sense. But we could get behind that because there was a storyline up to it. So they're starting to, because of the storylines in AEW and the things that they're doing in AEW, it's forcing WWE to become a better product. I'm all for it, man, because it only makes everything better for everyone.
Oh, dude, I think you said it so eloquently. Absolutely. I love AEW. Mm-hmm. I love the style. I love how snug. I love, because it comes off to me more like this. And I think AEW is coining something in wrestling that's unique. What you got?
I'm Orange Cassidying you right now.
Oh. Oh.
I love that guy, dude. By the way.
Yeah. Bro. Yo, brilliant stuff.
That guy. I love that.
But even Orange Cassidy, the way he works is so physical. I think that they're drawing a different audience because you're almost like a hybrid between MMA and wrestling, to where it's kayfabe, but you can't deny that dude. Oh my gosh! Like, if a guy gets kicked a certain way, you say that's a nasty kick, or that's a nasty power bomb, or that was a really nasty shot.
The moves that are off limits in WWE, they're allowed to do on AEW.
Hey, Sue.
What's up, Sid?
If you know, you know. All right.
So, we went to NXT Friday.
Yeah.
We did the VIP lounge.
Hey.
Welcome to the full VIP lounge.
We in the VIP, baby.
Stay tuned for some upgrades to
Only getting bigger and better, baby.
What a great show. Now,
dude.
We talked about some of the things that happened while we were there, but there was a couple points that I wanted to talk about that you didn't see and I forgot to mention.
Oh.
And dude, like, you talk about you watch these guys perform, and then you see them do something off to the side, and the respect level goes from like here through the moon.
Wow.
So there was a match with Dragon Lee, and after the match, he's walking towards the back. Now this is a little house show. We're talking about like a high school basketball gym with like 3 basketball courts. That's how big this place is. Couple hundred people tops. House show. My man, the entryway, there's about 5 rows of chairs. That's about how big the entrance is. So he's walking from the ring to the back and stops and is talking to this little kid. And he has the kid's dad take his shirt off. And he covers his head with the dad's shirt, takes the mask off, ties the shirt around his head so his head isn't exposed, and puts his mask on the little kid, and goes in the back, has them bring the dad's shirt back out to him.
Wow.
It was so cool, man.
Wow.
It was so cool. I can't believe I forgot to tell you about it. I was just so hype about the whole situation.
Wow.
I was like, that's why I like wrestling. Because that kid will never forget that. And I don't even know if there was anything wrong with him or how that all came to be.
Yeah.
You just turn and see this happen, and you're like, That's why I like wrestling, man. Right there.
It's a connection to the fans. It really is. NXT Fort Pierce, I believe, provides that close connection because, you know, you and I both have seen the biggest and brightest come through Fort Pierce, Florida.
Yep.
And it's amazing. Yeah.
My whole life.
I mean, in NXT alone, I mean, I've seen Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler. I saw Omos make his original debut, and they were just showing him off, saying, hey.
When he was carrying the guy to the ring on his shoulders.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen,
Velveteen Dream.
Tommaso
Ciampa.
Oh, my goodness.
Adam Cole, baby!
Adam Cole. I mean, dude, the list goes on. I mean, we've seen some of the greats.
That's just the new people.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about back in the 80s and 90s when I was a kid, and you're talking about Ric Flair, you're talking about Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho had one of the funniest things, like the cheap heat thing. He said,
yes,
everyone knows Fort Myers is my favorite town. And the ref goes, hey, man, like, you can see the ref's like, hey, you're not it. He's like, I'm in Fort Pierce. Fort Pierce sucks. Ah! And, everybody booed, cheap heat. But it was Chris Jericho. It was great. I seen Dusty Rhodes, Chief Wahoo McDaniels, Barry Windham, all the Four Horsemen. Like, they've all came through here. It's such that Florida territory back in the 80s and early 90s was just so rich and full of talent, man. It was so great to be a wrestling fan in this area because you could go watch wrestling on Friday nights. And quite often, that's what we did as a family.
Yes.
And so I got to see it from a little kid all the way up to an adult and see the growth from a DDT being the most devastating move ever to that's something that they do in every match now.
Yo, speaking of, man, Sammy Guevara hit a 630 off the top on Sting at Forbidden Door. Through a table. Sting looked really good. I don't know what Sting's diet is, his workout regimen is. Sting looked really, really good. And even in the media scrum, dude was in good shape. I mean, he walked out there in one piece, and you would have thought that if anybody, Sting would have got hurt.
I know that if you watch, because I do watch Dynamite and Rampage, when you watch his interactions in those shows, it's very limited.
Facts. So
it's obvious that they save him for big spots, which I think is brilliant. You still get the pop of having Sting as a character, and he mostly does punches or kicks or a scorpion death drop or something like that. But he's not mixing it up a lot.
Facts.
So it lends to see that once in a while job to the ring. Think of Ric Flair in the Evolution days.
Yeah.
He was still Ric Flair. Woo!
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 Hey, shout out to Woo Energy, man.
Woo Energy.
Matter of fact, while we talking about opportunities, we're talking about partnerships. Boca Raton Championship Wrestling will be out there. And what date is that? July
19th.
19th. Okay. Speaking of opportunities, we picked up a new sponsor.
We did?
We picked up a new sponsor, bro.
This is news to me.
Dude, we picked up a new sponsor. It's official. New sponsor, CG3 Cars, y'all.
CG3 Cars? What is
CG3 Cars, bro. Exclusively booking on the Turo app. If you have the Turo app and you need a car, you're down here in South Florida, CG3 Cars, okay, has got your hook up. Holla if you hear me. Okay, CG3 Cars, we're doing it big, baby. Yo, they came on as a sponsor. You can get right now a Ford Mustang convertible, a Nissan Murano SUV. They're adding all kind of cars to their inventory. So, yo, pay attention, stay alert. If you're in the Treasure Coast, Florida area, okay, jump on the Turo app, check it out. If you're looking for links, hit us up. We'll be happy to share with you what CG3 Cars has to offer. But they have just officially become a sponsor of the Heavyweight Commentary. So when you see us out and about and we're doing our thing, we're building our brand, you got presentation, you're going to have more merch and different things. Know that, hey, we got sponsors, y'all. And so if you want to partner with us, you want to sponsor with Heavyweight Commentary, get on board. Woo Energy.
Let me talk to you.
Hey.
Yeah.
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 I'm excited for that. I'm like tongue tied right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing, dude.
Bro, man, hey, yo, it's official, bro. It's official. You know, they're sponsoring some of our presentation. But we're taking this thing on the road, y'all. We're going out to a wrestling show near you, and don't be surprised if you see us posted up with the full VIP lounge. Okay, getting it popping, and going live from the wrestling shows to let y'all know that we don't just talk about it, we be about it.
Motor City Wrestling.
Motor City?
Isn't that who we met Friday night too?
Oh, you're talking about Wrestle City.
Wrestle City.
Yeah.
Wrestle City Radio.
Shout out to George.
George, that's right. George, me and you, brother. I know you watching, dog. Me and you.
Listen. And
I'll
George.
your boy.
George of Wrestle City soon to come.
That's going to be in Kendall, Florida.
Kendall, Florida, September.
Yes. I think September 22nd.
I feel like it's 22nd, 24th.
Somewhere in there. But yeah, keep your eyes out on that. That's going to be in the New Era Comics, I think he said it was.
Yes. New Era Comics, yeah. They're going to be part of the convention. So guess what? George hit us up at NXT Fort Pierce live.
Yeah.
And
if you watch our VIP show, our VIP lounge video, you'll see George and he plugs his spot on there.
Yes, and George just happened to challenge us to the Podcast World Championship.
Yeah.
And one thing for sure, one thing's for sure, these boys, we're going to be brandishing our brand new podcast heavyweight tag team championships. So y'all stay tuned for that, because the belts right now are being crafted by the best artisans, and we're gonna be rocking these titles, y'all, and we're defending these titles against anybody who thinks they got a better duo on social media for wrestling.
I'm just saying, where are you at? Talk to me.
I'll wait. You got a better team? We'll wait. Name a better team.
We here. In the words that I grew up with, come at me, dog.
Amen. Hey, come on, my brother.
Come at me.
Preach
dog.
to him.
Come at me, dog.
Preach to him.
Okay. So,
all right.
Now, Thea
Hale
lost by interference from Drew Gulak, who is supposed to be one of her mentors.
Oh.
In an attempt to try to help her, caused the referee to not see her tap out Tiffany. And you classic heel roll up when the ref turns around, taps out. However, there's a shining light to this story. Mr. Chase U, made his triumphant return.
Yes.
Cleared the ring, did the whole run in, clear the ring thing. So Chase U is back to full power with their leader back in place. I'm sure it was an injury or something that kept him out. They didn't really say, they were kind of vague about it, but that was pretty awesome from last night's show.
Wow.
Another thing that I wanted to mention from last night's show was the Baron Corbin Carmelo Hayes match.
Yes. I can feel the disappointment steaming off of you right now.
It was a good match.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in the ending.
Oh, really?
So, something that we talked about on here before, Baron Corbin came back out to the Lone Wolf.
Nice.
He came back out, Lone Wolf character, music, dress, everything.
Nice.
Fought like the Lone Wolf.
Nice.
Beat the ever-loving snot out of Carmelo for 3/4 of the match. I'm talking deep six, slammed him on the announce table, punched him in the head, just real heavy, stiff shots, and Carmelo just jumps up and beats him for the 1, 2, 3 at the end. Does his finishing move, blah, blah, blah. Like, nothing's wrong. Yeah, it was a bad ending to a great match. Like, I left watching, I was like, really?
So let me ask you this, because I think what I'm gathering from, and I don't know if this is the case, but I'm going to ask you this. Do you think WWE, through NXT, is almost trying to create what they think is indie wrestling.
You mean like using NXT as an indie show and trying to build the characters up there to?
I mean, because here's the problem with anything. When you have people in suits sitting up in an office and saying, "Oh, hey, we know what the consumer wants,"
Right.
they try to package something that's not authentic. Do you think WWE is doing that? Like, it's not really authentic, but they're trying to make it seem like an indie show?
Well, I look at the way they're doing the characters.
Yeah.
We have Braun Breaker as a heel now,
Yeah.
which I posted a video about this. It doesn't feel right. I love the work that he's doing because I think he's doing good heel work. Like, he's doing everything you should do as a heel, but it feels like somebody said, "Hey, we should make him a heel." His uncle was a great heel. He'll be a great heel. And he does a great job, but he was so over as a face that people have a hard time accepting him as a heel. And it feels forced. It feels like you're trying to shove the square peg into the round hole. Yeah, eventually it'll go in, but it doesn't fit right. And I think that's the problem that people have with him is he was so over as a face. We don't want to hate him. We don't want to look at him bad. It's the great heel turns are the guys who were like on the edge, kind of like good, bad, you don't really know, and then all of a sudden they just get this attitude, and you just know that that's their true authentic self. For instance, Rocky as a face was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point that people held up signs that said, "Die, Rocky, die."
Facts.
That's how bad he was as a face. But comes out as a heel and blew the roof off the business.
Facts.
So you take this guy who's so over as a face that everywhere he goes, everyone's cheering for him, and you say, "Okay, now you're a bad guy." Like, why did he turn bad? Other than he lost his championship. He lost his championship. Come on, man. So you have that, and now you have this guy that he lost the championship to, who is 5'10", 185 pounds. I'm sorry.
It's just not. The math is not mathing.
It's not believable. It's not believable that he can take the beating that he took and just jump up and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to jump off the top rope and I'm going to slam you." And Baron Corbin is just going to eat these little 185-pound punches and fall on the ground and be, "Oh yeah, you beat me." And you look at Baron Corbin after the match and you could see, like, I did my job, but this sucks look in his eyes. Like, I'm a former athlete. I could see it in his face, like, I did what you asked me to do, but I hated every minute of it. And I just don't understand, like, they brought Carmelo Hayes to Monday Night Raw, and they're trying so hard to get this kid over. Like, who does he know?
Yeah.
Who does he know that he's getting the push the way he is? I just don't see it. I don't see him as a character as being developed to get that kind of a push. Braun was way better as a face than he is, and he got a push for a long time. But I don't understand why you're. It's almost Carmelo Hayes feels like the beginning of Roman Reigns. Like you can see like they've decided this is our guy. And no matter what happens, he's gonna go Austin Theory.
Yeah.
This is our guy, and no matter what happens, we're gonna push him forward. And it's just like.
And then one of the biggest problems that we have, and this is what we saw with CM Punk at Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
Fans will legitimately boo, and my daughter pointed this out, which I think was an excellent observation. She said that, back in the day, they used to boo CM Punk because he was a heel, and you were supposed to boo the heel. Mm-hmm. Now, they're booing the guy.
Mm-hmm.
They are literally booing
Phil Collins.
Exactly.
Or whatever his name is.
Yeah, they're booing Phil. They're saying, we don't like this person, and we're letting you know our dissatisfaction, because the guy who Punk wrestled wasn't anybody that you would know out of Japan. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a Nakamura, wasn't Okada, wasn't, Sanada, wasn't anybody big like that. You know what I'm saying? But they just booed Punk and they cheered old dude. So I feel you. I feel you in that, which is they try to push a guy so hard, and then you say, you know what, WWE, we're not booing him so that you can make him a heel and say, see, look what we did. We made him a great bad guy. No, we genuinely don't like him.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to see that character anymore.
Yeah. Like we're booing because we're like, get this crap off of my TV, out of my arena. I don't want to pay to see him.
That brings up a great segue into, because I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I was watching Monday Night Raw, and you just mentioned one of the characters.
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura. The other being Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
You have these two high-level competitors, and they're barely mid-card talent. I mean, I don't understand. You push Austin Theory, who is so far underdeveloped, it's unbelievable.
Facts.
And you have a Ricochet on your roster, and you keep your thumb on him and hold him down because he got over somewhere else and came to your place and got over without you shoving him.
Yeah.
And so you're going, okay, your punishment is you're gonna be this little kid that we just flick in the head every time we walk by and go, you just gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. Like, I watched, Shinsuke's a shell of his former self, man.
It's hard for me to watch Shinsuke Nakamura because that's exactly what I feel. Exactly what I feel.
I'm like, you have one of the greatest New Japan pro wrestlers of all time. A beloved character. He could go back there now and be a top name. And you reduced him to filler. He's in a feud with Bronson Reed and Ricochet. That's the feud they have those two in.
Oh man, that's the kind of stuff that frustrates me about wrestling booking. I want to see WWE because all around, if you look, far and wide, there is wrestling booking in every promotion that makes you say, why'd y'all do that?
What the heck are y'all thinking?
Why y'all doing that, man? It don't make sense.
So, the other one I wanted to point out, we talked about better vignettes and stuff. You have Eddie Thorpe, who was over before he came to NXT. And then they made him into an Indian, and then an Indian DJ, and Feather Indian, not Dot. And now he's a DJ / Indian guy. I don't know, man. But they did do a vignette with him training with another wrestler on the roster who was an Olympian, because of the match that they're going to have next week is underground. They're going back to the underground where there's no ropes, and you remember when WWE did that for a while?
Really? Shane McMahon, yeah.
Yeah. They're going underground match. That's the stipulations of the match next week. So they're showing him training, learning from a trained Olympic wrestler to be a better fighter. I can get behind that kind of stuff.
I like that concept.
And it's been an ongoing feud between him and I can't remember the guy he's fighting for the life of me. Shows you, the quality of character that he is. I can't remember his name, but the guy had his foot on the ropes, and Eddie Thorpe got the win because the ref didn't see it. Those kind of things. So they're building it, which you see some of that. And then you see the stories that Big Daddy Vince is starting to take over and change stuff that Triple H has been doing. And there's backstage rumors that the wrestlers aren't happy.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H is getting frustrated because he's built all this stuff up. I mean, for instance, it's not confirmed. Don't think that this is confirmed, but Tommaso Ciampa was supposed to return to fight Seth Rollins, and they were supposed to have a big match that ended in a no-win that built Tommaso Ciampa as a character because he is a legitimately top-notch wrestler.
Yes.
Top-notch talent, main event talent, former NXT champion.
Yes.
Against Seth Rollins, the current World Heavyweight Champion, who's a fighting champion, to build a match between Seth and Finn. You put Tommaso Ciampa in a squash match with The Miz. And if you followed Tommaso Ciampa, which I love the work that he did in NXT versus Johnny Gargano. If you want to see some, like, a great storytelling, just knock your head off matches, watch the feud between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. They were former best friends.
Yes.
Tag team partners.
Yes.
Who became solo talent, and then Tommaso Ciampa turned on Johnny Gargano, and they created a feud. And what a great volume of work that they did. Go back and watch it on Peacock. It's some of the great stuff you'll see.
Yeah.
But when you change stuff like that to build up something that doesn't need to be built, you don't need to have Seth come out and get attacked by Finn to build that story.
Facts.
In fact, you made Seth look weak.
You
made Seth look weak, and then you sent him to NXT the next night to fight Braun Breaker being hurt. So now not only did you make Seth look weak, now you have a talent that you've built up for a couple years, and you made him look weak.
100%.
Because Braun Breaker can't beat Seth Rollins with busted ribs. So what does Braun Breaker need to be on WWE for? What does he need to be in on the main roster if he can't beat Seth Rollins with hurt ribs?
You know what? We could speculate, but one thing's for sure, man. Whenever you see a guy who seems to be getting put through unnecessary stuff that you're like, why would you do that to a talent like that? You gotta wonder if there's something more going on in the back.
Mm-hmm.
If they made the wrong person upset,
it's got to be something because they're just abusing that poor boy.
It happens,
and he was the face of the company, of that brand for a long time.
Oh yeah, so something's up, man. Something's definitely up. And WWE doesn't have, they don't have the best history when it comes to not punishing people on camera for what they do off camera.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Yo, speaking of, outlandish decisions, interesting things happening with wrestling management, Chris Jericho, in a kayfabe segment, obviously kayfabe, coming out to challenge Sting and Darby Allin to a rematch, goes off. He's got Floyd, in his hand, and Chris Jericho proceeds to toss what is probably like a half full, maybe even 3/4 full water bottle up in the air, hit it with Floyd, and in a freak accident, bust open a media reporter. You can't make this stuff up, man.
I think that's hilarious.
I think it's one of the most hilarious things ever because it was totally kayfabe. Then it turns into a shoot. And it's funny because Tony Khan was calm the whole time. I think maybe Tony didn't realize the extent of the damage because you don't see the guy get hit really, but you see Tony at the table and he's at the table with Sting, and Tony's like, "Hey Chris, get out of here, Chris. You've done enough, Chris. Whatever." Like he's very calm. Like I'm like, okay, this will work. But I'm like, oh snap! It turned into a full blown shoot.
That's hilarious.
Busted the man's head open.
That's hilarious. Hey, don't be in the way. That's why they make hazard duty pay, bro.
Yeah, facts.
If you're a cameraman on the side of an NBA game, you gotta expect Rodman to kick you in the face.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Every job has a point of danger to it, and if you're a cameraman in a wrestling show, you might get hit with something.
You talking facts. Well, it's funny, yeah, because he was one of the media guys coming out to interview after the fact. So you're like, bro, you're assaulting people in the media, but it just goes to Chris Jericho's credit because he's just that kind of guy, like, that Hollywood, rock star jerk.
And he's the one guy that could pull off, turning that event around and making it into something that it wasn't originally.
Yeah.
And make it work. Just because he's been around. Now, speaking of stuff like that, I watched an interview with Triple H, and he was talking to Logan Paul on the Impulsive podcast.
Yeah.
And they asked him about a time that things didn't really go the way that he thought they should go. And I've kind of heard this story before, but it was impressive to kind of hear him lay out what really happened in this match. It was a match with The Rock, Triple H, and Kurt Angle. And the work of the match was Kurt Angle was to get hurt and go in the back and come back out and, do the run in and fix everything and everything. They would go home, and I forget who was supposed to win. However, Triple H has got Kurt Angle about to do the pedigree, and he goes on the announce table. And he goes to jump, and as soon as he goes to jump, the table gives way.
Oh, that's right, yes.
And they fall, and he can't, the only thing he can do is try to protect Kurt.
Yeah.
Kurt gets knocked smooth out. He said Kurt was snoring. He was so
slumber, that brother's gone.
He said he was knocked smooth out. So it worked that they had to take him in the back. Well, the problem was they're so far off script now, there's nothing they can do. So Triple H is talking. He said, so me and Rock and the ref is talking to them in the back, telling us, what's going on. And him and the Rock are just calling it on the fly, wrestling for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Wow.
And it's all a work.
Wow.
Like, it's all made up as they're going. And finally, Triple H goes, listen, I don't want to hear anything else except for, is he coming back and does he know where he is? And they said, he's coming back, but he has no clue where he is. And they get him in the ring, and he goes, obviously with what we know now with CET, we wouldn't have done this. This was in the early 90s, when things were going, or in the 90s when things were going hot, and we didn't know what we know now. He said, but he comes back, he's glazed over, barely knows what they're doing, and I'm talking him through this, and he goes, but when you look back at the match, you can tell nothing's wrong. You can watch that match again, and you won't know anything happened other than the fact that those three guys knew that Kurt Angle had no clue where he was.
Wow.
And you think about talent, man.
Dustin Johnson, let's go.
That's my boy DJ. That's Arizona man right there.
Arizona man, yeah, that's right. Big Kenny Master Doctor, let's go. K-Dog.
But yeah, you think about, like, could you, in your job, if your boss came in and just handed you a whole new job, do that job start to finish and make it look like you knew what you were doing right away?
Probably not.
That's why I said that was impressive.
Absolutely.
On the fly, make an adjustment and make it look good, and no one know that there was anything wrong. That's pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, and you got to make adjustments at the end of the day. You got to call it in the ring. There's things that you're going to have to do.
That happened in the Bryan Danielson match.
Yeah.
I mean, dude broke his arm. And them watching, and you could tell it was his right arm because he gets up and he's holding it like this. And the next second, the dude that he's wrestling grabs him and slings him into the rope with that arm. And in my mind, I'm going, his arm's broken. You just yanked on it. I'd punch you in the face with my other hand.
For real.
With my good hand. I'm going to bust you with my strong hand. I'm going to bust you with the other hand and get you to let go. Don't be pulling on my arm. It's broke. You see me cradling it. But it was just, I just it's impressive to see these guys do what they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo.
What's up, buddy?
Big Kenny. Okay. Melissa Richardson joint. Okay. Awesome. 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 Yeah, man. Money in the bank, man. We got to talk some money in the bank.
Yeah.
Run that down, because your boy is a little famished. We gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, money in the bank. So, I think we've established who needs to win the briefcase.
I know who's gonna win, and I hate every minute of it.
Bro, don't say it. Go ahead and say it.
Logan Paul.
Ah, no!
I hate that they're gonna do it, but you can see the writing on the wall.
You know, I hope. Here's what I'm hoping. I hope they swerve us in a good way. That Logan Paul gets there, and it's one of those situations. And I think it may be one of those situations where they try to make you forget about who's really still in the match. And so Logan Paul will climb the top. You'll say, "Oh man, you know he's nobody's around. Of course he's gonna win it." And then all of a sudden, LA Knight comes out.
I fear that there may be rioting if LA Knight doesn't win.
Bro, dude, I'm telling you.
Like,
he's the guy. And I hope that history doesn't repeat itself, because when it came to Daniel Bryan years ago, and they didn't pull the trigger, or Roman Reigns when they could have pulled the trigger when they wanted him to win the Royal Rumble, it just keeps happening. And WWE is almost like they're mocking the fan and saying, "You don't know what you want. We know, and we're gonna do it."
Oh, you mean Vince? I can see the writing on the wall, man, and it really irks me that that's what I feel like is going to happen. Is it who I want to win? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But then, again, look at who's in the match. Shinsuke, Ricochet, LA Knight, Damian Priest, Logan Paul. You got all these full-timers and a celebrity part-timer. And as a celebrity part-timer, him showing up with the briefcase makes a big pop because, hey, Money in the Bank winner's here tonight. Is he going to cash in tonight? No.
Oh, no,
We'll see him
man.
in
I
a couple
can't do
weeks.
it. No.
I don't want to do it, but I can see that that's what they're going to do. Oh, it's so frustrating, man. I hope he doesn't, but that's what I think. You asked for a prediction.
I feel you.
I said what I said. That's my prediction.
I feel you. What is your top choice, I should say?
LA Knight.
L.A.
I had the people saying L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who I think I want to win, but that's not who I think is going to win.
That's fair. Okay, so we've got... Oh, gosh. Charlotte Flair. We talked about this extensively. Charlotte Flair's back again for Asuka. Is Charlotte ready for Asuka?
Well, duh. Again, you know what's going to happen.
I'm hoping it's not going to happen.
Here's what I hope happens. Me, personally. I hope whoever wins Money in the Bank, I hope the women's Money in the Bank match goes on before that match. And I hope it's Becky Lynch. And I hope Becky Lynch cashes in on the winner of that right then.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That's what I hope happens.
That would be awesome.
Is that what's going to happen? Probably not.
That'd be awesome if Becky Lynch could take the title right away and then get into a feud with none other than Mommy.
I'm telling you, man, they need to have those two. Because Becky is the man character again, which she should have never left.
Facts.
I don't know why she went on this weird whatever. Okay. Maybe because she's married to Seth Rollins and he's a little cuckoo.
Yeah.
I like her back as the man character. I like her brash. I like her style when she's in that character.
Yes.
I can't stand Charlotte. I thought that was the dumbest thing when she was on the Grayson Waller effect. She just stood there and smiled. I'm like, what are you so high you can't even answer? Like, oh my gosh. And you could see Bianca's trying to they're trying to replay the feud that was between Bianca and Charlotte in NXT. because Charlotte went down to NXT and Bianca was like, "Why are you here? It's like the same thing over.
Yes.
Why are you here?" Like no one cared that she was gone. No one was going, "Where is Charlotte?"
Facts.
And there was I sent you the TikTok. As the guy goes, he opens the bag and it goes, "Every woman when they win the new WWE Championship."
Yes.
And then it flashes and it shows Charlotte popping out around the corner because here she comes, like out of nowhere. Like it's so dumb. Like, and the other thing that I don't care is they're trying to rebuild Natty to be like this. It's like she cares that she lost. You don't care. You haven't cared in years. Everyone knows it. Just retire. Just retire and make a way for someone else.
I think it's probably going to be her last run, so maybe they're trying to be sending her off into the sunset.
Just fade away and make room for somebody else. Same thing. Why is Trish Stratus in the tables in the Money in the Bank?
Oh my gosh, dude! I can't do that.
You have so much women talent. Why are you doing that?
That does not make sense.
Speaking of women talent, women's tag team title match.
Unification.
No, it's already unified.
Legit, yeah, unified, yeah.
But you have Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, with the return of Liv Morgan.
I saw that Liv Morgan return. That's very interesting.
And Raquel Rodriguez, as they never lost their titles. Liv got hurt and they took the titles off.
Yes.
So you have that match. Who you got?
I want Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Absolutely. I want that.
Absolutely. There's no reason why.
I want that. And honestly, I think they're going over. I think they're going over.
Yeah. There's no reason why anybody should beat them. If they do, it's like I don't even want to go there. But okay. So, the match 7 years in the waiting.
Dude, I'm most excited. Yeah, I am most excited.
Freaking Rollins.
Because this is... Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Versus Finn Balor.
Woo! I'm so excited because it's real wrestling, man. Mm-hmm. I love that this is going to be a wrestling match from start to finish. And I think these guys are going to have a chip on their shoulder because Forbidden Door shut it down. Uh-huh. So I think they're going to try to put on an instant classic to prove that they can hang.
They got to.
They got to.
They have no choice. There's no one else that can carry in this. There's no one else that can carry the torch of that to give Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay a chance. There on that Money in the Bank card. There's no other match that has the opportunity to compete with them except for that match.
Facts. So I'm very excited to see that. I got Seth Rollins.
I mean, that's who I want to win. I can't honestly say that I think they're going to put him over, though.
That's what I'm saying. I got to say Seth Rollins. I would love to see Finn Balor finally get that strap. I just don't see it happening, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see that being the outcome. Okay. Who else is on the card? I feel like you're forgetting something.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Seth and Finn, and then of course
I know who I want.
And then of course you got the Bloodline Civil War.
Welcome to the Uso
Penitentiary.
The Usos are in your city. I am excited about this because we all know my love of the Bloodline.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh. Making sure this live is legit, y'all.
I can't wait to see this match. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really care either way who goes over. I think that no matter what happens...
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
We're good to go.
Okay, cool.
I think no matter what happens, I'm okay with either outcome.
Amen.
I think no matter what happens, unless you just have a squash match,
Yeah.
which would be stupid, for Roman and Solo to come out and squash.
Yeah.
That'd be dumb. But I think either way, either one you have win, there's plenty of story left in
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the best story you can tell is this, and it's a very simple story. Roman and Solo, while being amazing, are not tag team wrestlers.
Correct.
They're not. The Usos, it favors them because they've been a tag team for so much longer. They have gelled. They have chemistry. They are doing everything to be the very best in the game. I don't know what more you can ask for.
You all right, man? You look like you're about to pass out.
Oh man, bro, I'm trying to get right. I'm trying to keep it tight. I need, you know what I need?
Woo!
Bro, I need some of that. Woo! Man, listen.
Energy, dog.
I'm waking up. We get my 5:30 wake up to get my discipline on, man. I didn't have dinner tonight, is what it is. I hadn't, so I'm like, oh, but I'm in the game. I'm in the game.
Okay.
I'm in the game.
I think this would be a good point to, the crowd is starting to disperse. Let's go ahead and close the ropes on the VIP lounge for tonight.
Oh, yeah, y'all. Hey, listen. If you're not on the list, get on the list. And if you don't know how to get on the list, you better follow. All right? Show some love.
Follow us on all our platforms.
Yes.
Instagram, YouTube. You're already here on the Tiki-Takis. Make it happen. And like Breezy said,
yeah,
we got some changes coming to the VIP
lounge, baby. Merch is coming. Merch is on the way.
We got merch. We're going to do some more giveaways. We got some changes to the VIP lounge itself. We got our first official sponsor, CG3 Investments.
Woo! You already know.
It's exciting times, man.
Guys, listen, we making it happen. Hey, listen, y'all, your boy. Woo! We making it. We doing it. But this just goes to show the heart and passion behind what we do, man. We're up late doing this, and this is not our full-time job. Listen, bro, we work full-time today, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? We went to church tonight, Yep. Got to get it right with the Lord. That's and right. then we're doing this as well, guys, because we love the business. We love wrestling. We love to interact with you.
That's right.
All right?
We wouldn't be where we are without you guys.
Exactly. So, yo, next time you see us, we'll be talking a little bit more about Money in the Bank, the fallout of that. And we will talk about Boca Raton Championship Wrestling coming very soon.
That's only 3 weeks away.
Dude, crazy.
That's only 3 weeks away. What a great lineup they have, too. If you haven't checked it out, go to Boca Raton Championship Wrestling and look at the card that they have. You have Boca Raton Championship Wrestling versus NWA in every match. It's like a Forbidden Door, but in an indie show.
You're not lying, bro. It's gonna be a dope event, man. It's gonna be a dope event. And yo, let's put it this way: support your local wrestling.
Yeah, because if without locals, these guys got to get the recognition in locals before they get called up to the big leagues. So if you don't get behind them and support them here, how are they ever going to make it in the big time?
Absolutely, and all that we talk about with the conjecture of who's good, who's not, who's the best, who do we like and don't like.
Yeah.
Here's what happens. It's just like politics. We're not going to get into politics, but it's just like that. If you got a guy at the ground level, let's say he's the mayor, okay? You decide he's going to be governor or president, okay? If you got a guy in the indies and you don't feel that he's measuring up, well, you know what? You can decide, I'm not going to pay money to see him.
Right.
Or I'm going to voice my opinion at the show and say, this guy sucks. Okay? Fine.
Don't buy his merch.
Yeah, exactly. Don't exactly.
buy a shirt with his name on it.
Exactly. But you have that power at the ground level to push some of these guys up, okay, and these girls up. And so you got to support the local wrestling to help them get to that next level.
That's the greatest thing I think that as wrestling fans we have control of.
Yes.
Is whether or not the powers that be like it. Without the fans, there's nothing. So you can support a guy and help them grow as a talent by buying merch and going to local events and finding a guy that you're like, you know what, this guy is a pretty good talent.
Yes.
He just needs some exposure.
Yes.
Go to his social media pages, like their social media, comment on their social media, subscribe to their social media. Do all the things that you would do for a celebrity for these local wrestlers and help them build their character. Comment on their stuff. Hey, man, I really like what you did here. You know, I'll tell you this, as a former athlete, one good positive saying goes a long ways, man.
That's facts, man.
You know, it's way easier to build somebody up than it is to tear them down.
Dude, you talking facts, bro.
So you can say, hey, man, dude, that freaking moonsault you did in that match blew my mind, man. That was the best moonsault I ever seen. You know what the guy's going to be like? Dang, that was cool, man.
Yeah.
He's going to go in the back and he's going to think about that. And it's way better than you suck.
Exactly.
You know? They're indie shows. These guys, most of these guys are either beginning or at the twilight of their career.
Talking facts.
So give them some love, man. Show everybody love. Love makes the universe go around.
Bro, 100%.
So let's start building these guys up and lifting these characters up. Now, I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine who is an indie wrestler.
Oh?
And I met her in college, and she is a monster. Mrs. Slice herself.
Mrs. Slice?
Yeah. She goes by Skimbo Slice. A play on Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
Great indie female talent. Big, strong, athletic girl. Just needs the exposure.
Wow.
Go check her out on social media, and just, you know, give her some love. Say, stop by her pages and show her some love. I know she's on TikTok because I've seen her on here. Find her on YouTube. Just put in female wrestler Slice. You'll find her. She's a big girl with red hair. Great talent. She's won a couple indie championships. Her husband, she met her husband in the wrestling game. They're married. They have a little child.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, she's, like I said, a personal friend of mine, but she just needs exposure.
Yeah.
And I think it would be great for everybody to go by and just say one love, you know, like
That's what it's about, man. Support your local wrestling. Support wrestling content creators. Again, shout out to Wrestle City Radio.
Yeah.
Our brother George, we met at NXT Fort Pierce. Yo,
coming for you, George.
We coming for you, my guy. I shout out to Woo Energy.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, man.
Woo!
Woo! Support the heavyweight commentary, y'all. We love y'all. Oh man, I ain't ready for that. I need a drink for that.
I'll make sure you woke, dog.
Yeah, for real. But support us, guys. Show that love. Keep hitting us up. And thanks to all of you, because we're about to hit a big milestone.
We're almost to 2,000 followers.
2K all day. Let's make it happen, guys.
No,
2,000.
no. 3,000. We need to hit 3,000.
You know what, bro? We're almost at the verge of 2K, but 3K is where it really gets legit.
3K is when you start unlocking some things.
That's right. And we want to get all the unlockables.
Yeah.
Okay?
We want to be able to give you a better product. You know, be able to use different forms of media. Instead of a phone sitting way over there, we want to be able to give you a full screen option.
Mm-hmm.
Some different views. And I'm not saying that unlocks at 3,000, but it definitely gives us some better options and tools to give you a better product. And in the end, that's what our heart is to produce high-quality wrestling content for you, the fans.
100%, y'all. All right, Big K, dog.
I'm ready, bro. I'm tired.
Bro, I'm hurt, man.
I might fall asleep on the way home.
Man, hey, let's pray that doesn't happen.
No,
I feel it. I feel you. I feel you, brother. All right, y'all. Hey, God bless. Thank you for joining the heavyweight commentary. Till next time.
Yeah.
Big guys. Out. Yes.